nice we pulled that one out. I think everyone kind of disappointed with our start. Obviously, we battled back and we were able to get it, but you get it to 3-2 in the third and give up a couple quick ones. So it wasn't a masterpiece, but it was nice to close it out and kind of solidify home ice for hopefully a long run. So we haven't really accomplished anything yet. We're still focused on the goal ahead, but to kind of have a small reward for the work we've put in throughout the year. A nice little feather in our cap.
Scott Arniel had said the other day, you don't want to have other teams kind of help you get where you want to go. You obviously want to earn it. So the last few minutes of that period, to have a lead and then it's tied and then you're behind. But then Josh, kind of how big is that play by Josh to get it all square? And that ultimately got you to the point you needed.
Yeah, it's huge. You can't say enough about what Josh means to our team. Night in, night out, even if he's not on the score sheet, I know he had a couple goals tonight and, kind of impact all over the ice. But he plays so many minutes. He impacts the game in so many different ways. But, to see him rewarded, kind of take over the third, kind of when we were pushing for a goal, things like that, that's what star players in this league do. So, it was nice to kind of, take care of business ourselves, like you said. Obviously, we've preached if we take care of the games ahead of us, we'll put ourselves in a good spot. And, fortunately, we were able to do that this week.
What's going to be the key here just for these last two? Obviously, playoffs are about a week or so away, so managing maybe rest versus staying sharp and all that.
Well, yeah, I think, you go into these games, you don't want the bad habits or, kind of the looping or, kind of what our first period looked like tonight. I think we go into Dallas, we were fast, we were moving the puck quick, we were going through bodies, we were second on it. We weren't just swinging and waving our sticks, and that can creep into your game when you don't have a whole lot to play for. But it's important for the messaging coming down from the leadership from Arnie. That we use these next two to really get geared up, regardless of who we play in the first round. Real tough matchups. There's a lot of really good teams in this league, so you want to get that rest and you want to have some good practices. So, come that game 83 for us, we're ready to go.
Just one quick last one on Nikolai. Obviously, a strange collision there with the linesman. How concerned are you as a teammate and hoping for the best?
Yeah, anytime you see a player, friend, teammate go down, you're concerned. So, we haven't heard anything yet, but we're hoping for the best. He's a warrior. He plays through a lot of things. So, unfortunate collision. Obviously, it's just a freak accident. So we're hoping for the best. I'm sure we'll know more in the next couple of days. But like we've done with certain guys out, all year, we've had other guys step up, other guys fill that void, and whether he's in or out of our lineup, that can change.
Thanks. Josh, maybe a little more drama than you guys might have liked with that game, especially once you grabbed the lead early in the third.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've shown and done a good job all year of being able to win different ways, and our calling card has been solid D, and not giving up a lot of chances throughout the game. So there's a lot more there than we would have liked, but we found a way to stay in it. Sometimes those games late in the year against teams that are out of it by quite a bit with a lot of young guys can look like that, and we could have been better, but like I said, we found a way to get the 2 points, found a way to get the win, battle back, push it overtime, and secure that division. So we did some good things as well.
The record books will show it's your tying goal that gets you that point that you needed. So maybe just take me through that play, you sort of activate there, and it's like a really nice pass to kind of hit you on the fly, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good shift, a lot of zone time there, and Mel made a great play, kind of jumped behind their high forward, and he had the poise to make a great pass to me there. I think he's just been playing outstanding lately, and really all year, but especially lately, I think he's just been great, and that was a fantastic pass by him. And was lucky to be able to finish it off.
I know obviously there's bigger goals, but as a guy that's been here a long time, to be the number one team at the end of the marathon that is the regular season, that's no small accomplishment, something this team's never done before. We've never had it in Winnipeg. So what does it mean to you?
Yeah, I think what it shows is that we've been consistent this year, consistently at the top of our game. Obviously, come game 83, what you did in the regular season doesn't matter, but it does give us confidence that we know we're one of the top teams in the league, and it's the way we've done it this year. It hasn't just been one line or a couple guys. We've done it with our special teams, with our goaltending, of course. That might be the one position where you clearly single out a hard trophy type season from him, but I think for us it should just give us confidence heading into the playoffs.
I just want to ask you about the show of mutual respect with Patrick Maroon and Alec Martinez. Kind of one of the cool things about this sport, right? That you can have a competitive, fierce game, and then at the end, everyone's shaking hands. So, just those two guys, you've obviously played against them a lot in your career.
Yeah, obviously the hockey world's a small world, and you hear about guys, kind of through ex-teammates and stuff like that, and I think. Both Pat and Alec have always been talked about really highly from ex-teammates of theirs, and the reputation for being great teammates, and clearly they both have 3 Stanley Cups apiece, so pretty impressive. And it doesn't always happen where a player knows when their last game is. Obviously, guys head into the playoffs or make that decision in the off season, so. For two guys like that have had great careers and have the respect of guys around the league for the way they played the game, and obviously the type of people they are in their locker rooms. It was nice to be able to just do that for them and show them that respect that they deserve.
How tough was that to see you last one down in such a fluky place? He was not even really a hockey player.
Yeah, not ideal, obviously. I don't know. I haven't heard the verdict or how he's doing, but just a weird play and fluky play, and hopefully he's okay.
Maybe not exactly how you would have drawn it up, but results-based business, you got to like the end result, right?
Yeah, it's taken us 80 games to get this division. It's been a grind, and I don't care how we got it. We got it. It just, like I said before, teams in our division don't go away as good as we've played it. So it's finally to get that over and done with. It's a relief.
Even last place teams in your division that you're playing tonight don't go away, as we saw, right? Because a lead turns into a deficit. So How big is that play by Josh to activate there?
Yeah.
And obviously get the result you need.
Yeah, obviously terrible first in the sense of the shorthanded and then the PK goal against. But yeah, you know what? They're a good young team. They got lots of skill, and we were sloppy at times. They converted on what they had to, but we just hung in there and just continued to grind and found a way to get that. First of all, grab the point to get it into overtime, and then to finish it off in the shootout.
Yesterday you didn't have the practice, no morning skate as well today. Would you attribute any of that maybe sloppiness to guys being off for a day and a half? Or?
It could be a little of that, but we had a late night last night.
Yeah.
We got a late night tonight. We got Edmonton tomorrow. It's 3 and 4 nights, so it was more of the idea that I wanted to make sure that guys were, somewhat rested and ready to go. Yeah, there always is when you don't skate for 2 days. There's going to be a little bit that we've done it in the past, so we've done it this year a few times, so it is what it is.
How was Ehlers?
You'll see. Let's see when we get home. Thanks.
Is there a great level of concern, or hard to say at this point?
No, we'll just see where he's at. I mean, just a little bit of the injury that he had before, so it's kind of recurred.
More of an aggravation.
So yeah,
Such a slow developing play. I mean, shouldn't the linesman have moved out of the way maybe there?
yeah. I'm not gonna. You know what? They just ran into each other. It was a tough play, especially to lose him on that situation. It wasn't a block shot or doing something that was. It was just it's a freak accident. So.
Scott is a guy that's a Jet 1.0 and now here with 2.0, and you know what hockey means in the city. Just how much pride is there to see this team? I realize there's bigger goals, but to be number one at the end of the marathon that is a regular season is no small accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, again, we got to check off a box, right? We talked about training camp of eliminating 8 teams in the West. We did that earlier in the year, and then tonight, finally, to win the Central was a goal number 2. And yeah, I mean, those are big things, especially like what we talk about this Central Division. But as an organization, as a city, province, everybody's excited, and they should be, because we've got a hell of a hockey team, and we've done a lot of good things this year, and hopefully this lasts a couple more months.
Just last one from me, but do you now treat these last 2 games any differently? Maybe tomorrow at least with a back-to-back, like would you potentially rest some guys now that you've done what you needed to do?
I haven't even got out of the sort of celebrating this one, so.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll just on the plane ride home, we'll figure out what we want to do tomorrow.
This franchise obviously has seen its share of playoff heartache over the years. What do you believe about this team that's different, that you think you can, be able to put together a longer run?
Yeah, well, we know that we're at the end of the day, we're going to get judged by what happens from game 83 on, and we know that, but we've been trying to build our game all season long that gets us prepared for the playoffs, and whether that's getting in big games and big moments, going through difficult stretches, playing in situations that resemble playoff games. Those are all the learning lessons. Those are the scars that you kind of get over the course of the year, that you build towards it. So I think this group is confident, right now, in that they should be. And we know that if we play our game and get to our game, we're a tough out.
Sorry, just one quick last one. Was that Cole? I think that was Cole's first ever shootout attempt.
Oh, was it?
Did he make a pretty good case though?
That was
That it won't be his last.
That was a heck of a move. It really was a heck of a move. So KC's goal was a beauty too. So it was just nice to see it go in the net.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.